Welcome, everybody.
Welcome back to episode 2.
Nice.
Where we last left off, you had just freed the people of Oaksgrove, from a sad fate of starving to death in their own cellars. Now we come back to the village. It has still been raided. There's no longer any threatening rats around. There is one dead one, but the rest had run off.
Don't worry about him.
You guys can take a short rest. So I say you roll a d6, so one of the square ones.
I don't have dice.
Ready?
Catch.
Okay, roll your d6, and then add 1.
3.
And then so you'll heal for 4.
Okay.
If you took any damage.
I didn't take any damage, I don't think.
Okay.
Oh.
Or
Well,
any on your strength as well.
No, neither.
This is only HP damage.
Okay,
but,
cool. Then good, you're all good. And you can.
Also, I just have like 6. So.
Oh wow, he just healed. Clive just healed 7. So.
All right, is he just one-upping me? Is that it? I'm sure he's at max health now because I don't think he had a full 6 HP.
Yep, but he still has the injured.
I
Yeah,
rolled
he
a
still has
2
the
is what I
injured
meant,
and, like,
though,
his
so it
strength
would be
damage,
3 is what I
I'm
meant. So
Huh?
I rolled a 2 though, so it would be 3. I
It
meant.
would-
Oh,
Three.
yeah.
Exactly.
I guess you didn't have HP damage to matter though.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
assumed everyone got hurt.
Yeah, right. That's so fair. But yeah, you guys heal up. And you talk with one of the. What do you guys do?
So what's the plan? We want to keep pressing forward, or
Mayor Clive's like, well, we could at least talk with these nice
I don't
poor
think
mouse
they're
folk.
gonna. Yeah, let's talk with the mouse folk. Yeah.
You guys kind of go over. They're kind of like look really shaken up. You notice that they are mostly old.
yeah, you said they were like
injured.
mostly old.
There's a few,
or, like,
like,
young.
There's not very. There's no
There-
kids.
like, there's no kids.
There's no kid. There's like an infant you can see, but that being held by.
Yeah, it's
one of the
basically
older-
anyone that couldn't like actually work.
Yes. One of the old mice looks up, and she kind of steps forward as she's like, "Hi, yes. We got raided by those brutes because we wouldn't agree to any of their payments or their stupid errands, and we unfortunately didn't have any. We had sent off a large group of us with our leader towards Larkspur to hash it out, but they never came back, and before we knew it, we were attacked by rat bandits. And it said that they mentioned somebody. I can't remember the name. I think it was Balthazar, is what they mentioned, but that was all I had. That was all we heard.
You poor things.
It's been a while. What are your names?
My name's Rue.
Rue. What is your name?
I think.
Fink. And Mayor Clive goes, I am Mayor Clive of some point.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you are Mayor Clive Cheez-It? That's the full
Mayor
name?
Clive Cheez-It,
Yeah,
yes.
might as well do the full name for being dramatic about it.
You know. She's like, she kind of laughs and she's like, I'm Azalea. It's nice to meet you. I am one of the priests here in Oaks Grove. But I have you see she's very like hunched over. She's like, I have too bad of a back to work any physical labor jobs.
That's understandable.
But it is nice to meet you, you all. We don't know where the rats came from. We assume that because Larkspur, with these taxes, he offers protection from raiders and stuff. But I never expected them to come so organized.
I don't think they asked if
Surprise.
they asked if we were with Arksburg,
Yes.
and when we said that I wasn't, they attacked.
Wouldn't doubt me if he was working with them or sent them after us.
Yeah, I feel like he might be more protected than we think, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if a frontal assault is going to be the best idea.
Do you know if you guys would be able to find our lost folks and be able to return them?
We can definitely look for
If they're
them.
not already did.
I doubt they would. They took them all alive, so I'm sure they were needed for something.
That's true. That's true. We should probably...
Would we be able to go to your village? What direction is it from here?
I start giving directions.
Perfect. She like writes it. She like sketches it out with her claws, on a piece of leaf. And she's like, "Thank you. I'll take everyone there. I appreciate you dears. Here, please. And she starts kind of going, through, like, even though everything's been ransacked, she kind of reaches into her cloak, and offers. She offers you guys some pips. Oh wait, I don't need to claw it out. But she offers a small pouch worth of pips.
Oh, I don't know. I can't take this.
She's like, yes, you can.
I absolutely can.
You reach over.
I'm like, I mean,
and it's like 15 pips.
I mean, it's like, yeah.
Per person, or is it just for him?
If you wish to develop, split it up between you.
You want to split, or?
I don't feel comfortable with taking someone else's money like this.
I mean,
You're lost.
It's one of those, like, I'm like, alright, you're lost.
She's like, here, how if you won't take the pips, I can offer you something else. And she takes her a little clasp off, like it was like a little
Earring?
an earring. And she takes it off and she offers it to you. It's definitely like it used to be like it almost looks like it was a clasp off of some kind of machinery. And she holds it out to you.
I accept.
Alright, you take it. And she's like, if you go southeast from here, there is a destroyed tree. It's long been there's a stump. It's got struck by lightning that's caused the original forest fire.
If you're trying to send them to the settlement, it's west, not east, Mr. Cheese.
No, it's not the not the settlement. It's something.
There's a different stump.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Azalea talking.
East is to the right,
sorry.
by the way.
Yep. She's like, yeah, it's southeast from here. There is a wizard that might be able to help you. But if you take this, he lives in a burnt stump, or burnt tree. It's more of a destroyed tree. But it was struck by lightning, and now they make their home there. But if you offer them this, they will know who sent you.
I'll look for him. Is there a name I should go by?
Just mention Azalea. We just call him the wizard of the. We just call him the wizard. Everyone's been too scared to approach him.
Ah. So he's a scary individual, then.
Very, very such so. We desperately need his help, though. He has powerful magic that could be useful.
I think that should be our next stop. We should look for the wizard.
I mean, assuming we don't just want to go to Larkspur to
Yes.
negotiate.
That's what
I feel like doing so will get us killed, is what
Mayor
I'm
Clive
worried.
is like, well, we don't know for sure. We could talk with the rat, because maybe or we could have talked with Larkspur and see what he has to say for himself. Maybe he'll give us a better deal than the one he has offered.
Yes, but considering what he's done to these folks...
Yes, it's very nerve-wracking, I know. I'll leave it up. It's up to you. Like, whatever you guys think. We can either go to the wizard or go straight to Larkspur.
Straight to Ganon.
Speedrun. Speedrun Mausritter.
Well, I mean, if we go that way, we speedrun it one way or another.
What say you think?
The wizard sounds kind of like a possible dead end, but it was. I don't know. It's one of those like. It's more partially it's out of the way, and it's like not necessarily a safe bet either.
So you're thinking of going to Larkspur?
I'm thinking just go to Larkspur.
And if things turn out bad there, we'll go to the Wizard then.
I suppose.
Oh.
This is one of those like if you really want to go to the Wizard, I'm going to be like, all right, sure.
Right.
I'll trust your judgment.
Clive's like,
What's
to Larkspur, here we go, and he's like still injured, so he's kind of like limping as he goes.
Oh no.
He's fine. He's just like.
No, he's not.
He is not fine. That is a lie. Do we want to play music, by the way?
Yes. Here, I got you.
You have some.
Azael, Azalea, she's like, oh, there's a way across the river in our village, though, luckily.
Oh god, that's right. Yeah,
yes, here. And she kind of leads you guys through the town, and there is a drawbridge right on the edge of their village, and she points to, pats one of the, a crank and a pulley to get across it. She's like, I can't get it myself, but if one of you two could, you look like a strong man. Yes. And she, as you do that, it lowers, and then she puts a little pin in the in the pulley to stop it. Yep, because she's like, it automatically goes up for safety or for our safety. You also see to the side, there is. Along the river, there is a little water wheel that is powering, that's helping the town with a tiny bit of power.
Alright, water wheel. Cool.
She's like, we have a lot to thank for this river, but protection is the main one. Unfortunately, we sometimes manage to get ourselves stuck when there's no one here to be able to pull it.
Yep.
Are we gonna be able to get back?
Yes.
Not this way. Well,
I will leave this open for you. And whenever you folks decide to come back, you can raise the gate.
Oh, I see. They're like keeping it down for.
It's like a save point, like a.
Gotcha. So I thought it was like
a checkpoint.
I thought you were saying like, yeah, this is a one-way dropper. Just
No.
go back. We can't go back this way.
She's like, this is one of the ways that we've helped ourselves. If you were to come the other way and went across, then you wouldn't have been able to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys.
This is one of those there is another bridge, but yeah.
Yeah. Let me get some music going.
Anyway, to Larkspur.
As you guys make your way, you start.
This is going to end in a catastrophic fire. I just know it. That's what Rue just says.
Welcome to
Mausritter.
You're welcome to stick close to the exit.
You guys cross the river. They wave you off. Mayor Clive Cheese looks optimistic. Rue looks worried. Fink looks annoyed. And
determined. I'm gonna go with determined.
Determined, perfect. And as you go, you guys part ways with the little group. And you guys start walking. Let's see how we do.
Right, just like the. Congrats, you're all getting picked up by magpies now.
Suddenly, magpies attack you. And
Suddenly, snakes.
Suddenly,
snakes.
Nope.
No, we're good.
You guys start walking, and you part the grass blades. And up ahead, you see an old, battered, what looks like an old fisherman's, not an old fisherman cottage, but more like a little fisherman shack, like a tackle shack.
Okay.
Something to kind of hold.
Kind of like a shed. More
Very much a shed, yes.
Like a mouse-sized one?
No. A full-size shed. It looks rotted and very much in disrepair. There hasn't been humans in a long time. But there is since it's evening now, since you guys have been traveling for a while, you start to notice that there is. You do take note that there is light coming from the inside. What do you guys? How do you guys approach it?
We're in Larkspur's territory, so let's be careful.
Yeah.
Clive nods. He's like, well, we could either walk through the front door, or we can try and see if there's another route if we want to be sneaky.
It is also dark. We're trying to, depends how we want. I don't know. Part of this is how much of are we giving up on the diplomatic option, or are we doing?
Clive's like, I'm all for diplomacy.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he says is what we and then what if he doesn't give us an option, we're gonna run.
No, that point. There's no point sneaking in.
We're not gonna be.
It's one of those like
attacking.
Clive's like, it's up to you. If I can go in alone to speak with him.
You're not going in alone.
Okay, understood. Have a nice day.
Clive, you're going to die if you go alone. I'm just telling you this now.
Okay, the whole argument though, the only point of sneaking in would leave that simply to Rue, but I'm not sure you want to be left without help.
I have a 4 in dexterity. I don't think my stealth is
Oh right,
work.
I kind of forgot about that. Like you take a step, I'm like, oh yeah, right, never mind.
Never mind. You're like stepping on. You like to step on like every stone or every twig you see.
Oh yeah, there's also the entire like metal coat, but
Yeah, that's true. Clive is like, okay, so diplomatic approach, all of us.
yep, front
All
door
right.
it is.
Front
I have
center.
dexterity of
We
4.
won't hide ourselves, and we will be very forward with our.
Front door it is. We wish. The
This
only
is
argument is
I
we
feel
wish
like
to
we're
wait till
choosing the
morning,
worst
or we
possible
find the
option,
We
but
could wait till morning as well if we.
I don't know if it'll matter what time of day it is.
It's up to you.
Right.
Let's just go.
All right. I guess we'll just get it over with.
All right. Do you have Clive lead the way?
Kinda. I
Yeah.
mean,
I feel like we're
It's
choosing the
one-
most
he's
chaotic option.
he's leading the way, and there's really nothing I can do about it.
All right. Clive leads the way in there. As you enter into the shed, you realize that it's actually quite lively in here.
Well, I mean,
There
I
is
can't-
a lot of yeah, you realize that it's kind of its own settlement. It almost looks like a little town,
Oh,
but it is very rowdy to what you guys are used to, or
speak
what
for,
two of you are used to.
speak for Mr. Cheez-It.
Yeah, exactly. What two of you are used to. There is mostly rats as you enter in here, and a lot of them look grizzled. A lot of them look very much like hired mercenaries. There's like shouting. There's bolsterous like bets going on. Some guys are arm wrestling, and there's a lot of rats you see. They have like eye patches and scars, and there's there's like a hole in the roof itself, but there is an upside down umbrella that is holding rainwater.
Oh, we're in a bad place.
And
Oh,
that
we're in a bad
water
place.
looks like it is almost looks like there is like netting on the top of it for some reason. And deeper in, you see up on one of the higher shelves there is a almost like an old fisherman jacket that is kind of like settled into a big almost like a room. Where do you go first?
Sorry, so what options are there again?
There's the umbrella with netting over it. That's upturned umbrella.
Yeah.
There's some of the rats that are arm wrestling. There's an old fisherman jacket that's been laying on a shelf that looks like it's been moved to be like a little cover for a little, almost like a room.
I think going to the umbrella first sounds.
Okay. Follow him.
Yeah, we're sticking as one group.
Yeah. Clive was like still walking. You kind of like move his head, and then he
Like,
keeps
rotate,
walking.
rotate.
It's like one of those toys you just gently like moved into the direction. You guys walk over, and Rue, you look down, and you can see little tadpoles in the water. There's
Uh-oh.
one of there's like a big rat that's like sleeping. He's kind of like leaned on the side, and he's just kind of snoring. Snoring away. Do you kind of wake him up, or do you check on the tadpoles? There's netting on the top, so you can't like touch them.
Do we know what tadpoles are used for?
No.
To some no. Okay. I don't know. I was trying to remember if we know anything about him.
Nope, not. This is your first time kind of interacting with seeing tadpoles. And
Yeah,
there's like a bunch in the water. They're not. They like kind of. There's like a few with like back legs that are like bulgy eyes, and they're just kind of like spitting bubbles at you.
That's cute.
But yeah, there's like 20 of them. There's like quite a few.
Should we wake him up? What do you reckon?
Probably not.
Bob is
Yeah,
like,
what?
I think we should let sleeping rats lie.
Yeah, what's the best we can the raincoat next? Actually, I'll take a thought.
We start walking towards the raincoat, and inside you can see it's been turned almost into like a throne room, a very ratty throne room.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
It's like a large tent.
Exactly, very much a large tent.
How's that music coming, by the way?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was playing.
I don't know. You definitely started on it.
It says that the video's playing and then there's no music coming from it.
Is your volume up?
Volume on the
Yeah.
computer, maybe? Or-
My volume is all the way up. Oh, I know what it is.
like volume mixer or something?
It's my...
It's attached to your headphones or
Yeah,
something?
I think it's attached to my headphones.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. Here we go.
Yeah, I was like...
That's much better.
Yeah, there we go.
There we are.
Now you're not keep hoarding it all to yourself.
Right. Oh, there we go. Music for everybody. And now, but yeah, there is a throne room, and you can see that this has been kept much tidier than the rest of the shed. There's actually like moss carpet, that's like red moss, so it's like a red carpet leading up. And up at the top, you can see that there is a round table, and up ahead you can see Larkspur himself, the big white rat with red eyes and his mangled tail base. And you see that he's kind of looking over some papers, and he looks very annoyed. And he's kind of speaking a little lowly to a little mouse.
So we've got the big rat, one mouse, us. That's it.
There's a few other guards you can see in the corners.
Oh
A
boy.
few, meaning like 2, 4, 6.
There is 2 guards.
Okay, just 2. Okay,
2 guards, Larkspur himself, and then a little mouse he's speaking to.
good. Just trying to make sure we're not in like certain death.
No,
territory.
you seem to be relatively safe. There was a lot more rats outside.
It's one of those. Well, I don't want to start a fight, but I fully came prepared to.
Yeah. Mayor Clive speaks first. He's like, "Hello, Mr. Larkspur," and the rat kind of looks up and looks over at you 3, and he's like, "Oh, my friends from the what was it, Stumpsville?
Stumps Point.
Stumps Point. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
no problem.
yes." And he kind of like goes like this, and the little mouse gathers the papers and steps off to the side. He's like, "Yes, come in. What can I help you with in my humble abode?"
Nice place.
uh,
Gotta at least start with that.
Mayor Clive is like, yes, we wanted to discuss the, taxes and agreement, because, we wanted to see if there was a way to lower said taxes,
Yeah.
or change our agreement. Because we do want to be allies, we just don't know where to... We're a very new settlement, and we have literally come back...
We don't have enough money to pay the taxes.
What she said. Larkspur, kind of chuckles, and he's like, yes, I suppose I was quite rash on my exit, wasn't I?
Yeah. Sorry. I believe it's probably best we sit down, probably get a nice agreement settled.
He's like, of course. And he kind of sits down behind his round table and motions for you 3.
There are like chairs we can sit on.
There are some chairs. Like, it's not so much as chairs as,
Something to sit on.
Brew is shaky as shit, by the way.
you can see that
She knows this is gonna go wrong, but she's like trying to agree.
That's
right?
She's like,
this isn't
It's like little
lost. This
button
isn't a
chairs.
lost cause yet.
And Larkspur's
She knows
like,
that
"I'm
it
a
really
reasonable
is."
mouse. I know how this is. It's a very... I understand what it's like being new in the valley and not having many friends. I was new here once. I actually had to escape here, but I know how it is, and I was able to find my own settlement, make my own friends, and look at me now. And he kind of motions to himself.
Yeah, self-made mouse. I can respect that.
Yes, of course. And he's like, you get it. You see, he really liked that you referred to him as a mouse. He
said mouse. I might as well.
He is.
Is this guy based off of Radigan? I did the same thing with my story.
Redigan's great. I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, Larkspur is he looks very satisfied with himself, and he's like, so, about that agreement, what were you thinking about instead of paying with money if you can't pay with that?
My proposition was instead change the method of how we paid the money.
Okay. Yes, because I do take labor as a source of payment. I can honestly think of quite a few things that need to get done in this valley that need a little more tact than the company outside. And he kind of as he says that, you see one rat kind of get thrown across one of the sleeves through one of the window. You can see him just go and get thrown.
Rue's watching and she's like, oh no.
He kind of sighs to himself. He's like, they are a fun bunch.
I see
they like pips.
I'm assuming they have their uses.
Yes, they do. They've been working for me since the frog faction hasn't let them use their river. They usually the rats, they are typical for travel up and down the rivers. If you pay them a price, a little fee, then they will take you anywhere you need to go. But unfortunately, with the frogs up there, they haven't been able to. They've been dammed up their right by their lake, so they haven't been able to go anywhere. And so I've been helping them with that. But yes, if I could get you three to do a few, because I have a few locations that I am curious about, so a few dungeons and caverns that need to be explored, but it needs some tact and individuals that I can trust. And I can trust you. Can I not? And I was like, of course, we are so trustworthy.
I work for the pips, but as long as I'm paid, you got my loyalty.
Perfect.
I could work. I arc with you, I suppose. Yeah.
Larkspur's like, excellent. Oh, I do believe we will become great friends. Oh yes. And he kind of claps, and that little mouse with all the papers hops back over and offers you guys one of a few papers, and you realize that they are
contracts of some sort.
Contracts, yes. They are different. There's a bounty. There's a dungeon.
Okay, so wait, we've got.
I'm eyeing this little mouse that's being held here.
Yeah, just different proposition and
I have a feeling he's not here on his will.
Do you want to do an insight roll, kind of?
I want to roll insight.
I assume that'd be
D20.
Will.
Do D20.
D20.
Do you think he's getting one?
Let's see. Do you have a D20 or? Wait, I have one.
Alright, here's one.
Alright, here's one.
Perfect.
That is a 13 plus my will.
No.
No, it's got to be under your will.
Well.
One off.
By one off. You look at this mouse, and he's gray with white spots. He's actually got little glasses made from twine.
This is the clerk.
Mm-hmm, yes, sort of his bank teller. You can't read him though. You can't really get his vibe too much. Because he just hands you the papers and then hops back to his place. And he's like, "These are different contracts. And I will pay you with pips if you get me either these items or these jobs. Of course, this will also be able to, I will take out the tax of the original, but you will still get paid.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because these are worth a little more than what your original tax would be. But yes, you do this for me, I do this for you.
Fair enough.
I suppose we can work with this. Yes.
Clark is like, yes, absolutely. We can certainly do these.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to read some of them? Or?
I'm reading
I'm
them,
kind
yeah.
of ignoring them for right now,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
will. Look
Rue,
at
you
them
you read the first one. You that's like surface level. It reads to collect a one of the toadstools. It was like collect toadstools gem. And he's like that. There's like details written in the description.
Toadstool's gem.
He's like, oh yes, that's just one that's high on the list. But no time limit for when you finish these. Toadstool is the king of the frogs, and you, like I said, I've been having some issues with them, but I really would love his. He has a gem that he carries, and I would think that would look lovely in my palace, or my soon-to-be palace, where it's a work in progress. Right now, it is a dirty raincoat. But yes, that is one of the. Whatever means you gain it from him, it is up to you.
Right.
Yes. But would you like to stay for the night? I'd hate to have you all leave so soon, and since it is becoming late.
Sure. I would like to propose one change to the initial tax setup if you're listening.
Of course. What would that be?
Well, it's currently a flat fee per week at the moment. Would you be interested in changing that more towards a percentage? Admittedly, this would result in less pips now, as you're still an up-and-coming settlement.
Mm-hmm.
However, this does help us ensure some prosperity, as over time, that would lead to a larger sum.
He kind of taps his claws against his teeth. Would you roll d20 for me?
Sure. Will, I'm guessing, since it's kind of...
Yeah, Will.
Well, that's a 12.
What is your will?
10.
10? Oh, close. And you can roll 2 as well, if you want to try.
I'm just nervously.
Do you want to try to convince him?
You're welcome to try and I don't know,
I'll
point
have
out
Clive.
the benefits of it.
I will get Clive to see if this is a good idea.
He's like, yes, what if...
This is one that benefits us currently in the short term and does honestly.
Clive does not do it.
All right, I'll roll. Well, 5 is good, isn't it?
No, he got an 11.
Oh, okay. That 20.
That 20.
Well,
you were just kind of standing there like...
I'm frozen
He's
salt.
a very intimidating rat. He's like, I will think of it. I will think on it. I
Alright,
appreciate the input, but I will think on it for now.
alright, so we'll keep it as a flat for now, and then we can possibly discuss this in later turn.
How about finish one of these bounties, and then
And-
I will take your offer into consideration.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, this whistle.
A little loud.
Started whistling. He's like, shut up out there! And he's like, pops up. And
You know, we could have
one of the
like,
rats that was playing a flute, he's like,
you know, you could have like a rowdy pub background
Yeah.
music.
There you go.
Well, thank you. Do you have a proper title I should address you, or just Mr. Larkspur?
King Larkspur would be more appropriate, but I feel
Okay.
like that title is empty for now. So,
Soon
Sir,
to be king, then.
Sir Larkspur, or
Soon to be king, then.
Exactly. Perfect. Oh, we are going to get along just swimmingly. And he kind of looks all giddy about it. And he's like, all
Well,
right,
in the
settle
meantime-
into town. And
In the meantime, I'll enjoy your hospitality for the night.
Of course. There is quite a I know that we are having such a lovely stew happening soon.
Oh, nice.
I hope that you all stay for dinner. And he waves you guys off. And
That went better than
Clive starts
expected.
walking out. He's like, yeah, that went great.
Well, I mean, worse than I hoped, but honestly, I can
We're
live with
going
this.
to have to steal from another kingdom, though, so we're going
Not
to.
necessarily.
We can put that one on the latter.
Anyway, oh right, oh yeah. I actually start looking at the bounties now.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
bounties, or jobs, I guess.
Yeah. One.
These are
Yeah.
one of them.
There's 3 that you see. One being the, or actually there's 4.
There's-
Sorry.
There's the notebook. Alright, there's a page. Alright,
You ready?
sure.
All right. There's find the toadstools gem,
Okay.
and that is upriver.
Right.
That is the location. Is upriver.
Yeah, presumably at the lake.
And then there is a bounty for and it's the name of the mouse is oh my gosh, Burdock Buckthorn.
Burdock
Buckthorn. There is a bounty on his head.
Burdock.
Burdock Buckthorn. He is described as a black mouse with torn left ear, and a chipped front tooth. He abandoned his post and has not been seen.
Okay.
So, disgraced knight.
What's the term? It's not traitor, kind of, but specific.
Disgrace. Treat.
No, it's specifically like you run away from the army is the one I'm thinking of.
I know what you mean. Oh god, words. Abandon his post is all I can think of.
Yeah, alright,
yeah.
I'll...
F, missing in action? MIA?
Not quite, because that's not, that one's just like they're missing. This is like actively left.
Oh god, words. Words fail me every time, and I'm like, But yeah, that's one of them.
That's 2 out of 3.
Then the last one is to explore the deep caverns. And it gives you a location. It is exactly
explore or just kind of like map out.
Map out the oh god, words.
Deep caverns. Do you have any?
There's a name for them. The deep caverns. Oh, and I meant there's 4. Sorry.
Yeah, I just caught myself.
No, you're good. And the last one is to gain the wizard mouse's trust.
Ooh.
He's like, I would like him gain the wizard mouse's allegiance. Sorry.
Allegiance, got it.
Allegiance. But yeah.
Oh boy.
Those are the tasks at hand.
Is there any pips like immediately tied to him, or I assume at least the bounty would.
Like what's tied to what?
Like a pip number, like bounty. Like, yeah, here's how much you get out of it. Which with our agreement, some of that might get tied to the taxes, but
yeah, I think they all start at probably 150 pips, but then after the tax, which is 100 pips, so it ends up being 50.
Okay, so it's 150 pips.
150 pips per bounty.
Yeah, and then the taxes will
Yeah.
deal with that, but
minus 100. But yes.
So what are your thoughts on this man?
Mayor Clive is like, he was a lot more reasonable than I thought. He kind of nods along.
This is one of those like this is one of those like this dude feels like a shady alliance for me, but like Clive's apparently on board, so not my problem.
You're like, that's fine.
These two are okay with it, so Rue's kind of like, I guess I'm doing this now.
Rue's just getting along for the ride. Alright.
She's like unsure about this. She secretly doesn't trust it, but she's like, well, I guess I don't really have a say in the matter.
Of course you do.
Rue doesn't know if her say in the matter is a wise idea, though. So she's like, let's just see where this goes and judge where we head off.
So yeah, you guys go to the rats or do you guys make camp on your own, kind of? Or do you kind of go
I'm
with...
sticking to town because
Okay, yeah. You guys stick in
You're
town.
welcome to head out if you don't want to be here. But...
Clive is ready to stick around in town as well.
I'm gonna stick around these two because I don't want to split the party.
Fair.
I mean,
you see that the rats are kind of talking amongst themselves. They have a big sort of cauldron in the center, and it smells actually really delicious. And you can see that there's a big rat stirring the big cauldron, taking his time with it. And a lot of the rats are being impatient, but some come over and they start to dip their bowls in and scurry off like...
Desertion. Okay, that's what Yes.
Desertion! That was it! Yeah. Alright.
I'm assuming the Burdock Blackthorn deserted the Rat Kingdom.
Yep.
Larkspur. There you go.
As far as you know.
Okay, I mean, I'm just assuming. Just figured I'd check.
Yeah. As far as you know. Alright. So you guys stick around in town. Do you guys trying to go for the stew, or do you guys eat your own rations?
Yeah, I'll eat some stew.
Alright.
I mean, assuming it doesn't look actually inedible.
Right. Roll me a strength check just to kind of elbow your way through.
I'll try one.
Alright.
Is
Roll
it
a
Sure.
D20.
4.
All right, that is a 7. So, and I have a strength 7.
Perfect.
Yeah,
You make it.
matching works.
You make it too.
Yeah, 4 should make it on most stats,
Cool. Where did
including.
my dice go? I keep losing.
Put them like behind you, or like on the table?
No, I need my D20. Where did it go? Where did it go?
4.
Oh,
Let's see, but
nice.
Would you like a kiss? A chocolate Hershey's kiss, I mean.
well, I mean,
Sorry, I just realized how awkward that would be on the audio.
Anyways, but yeah, you guys, I'm gonna roll for Clive.
Chocolate Hershey's kiss.
No, Clive doesn't make it. He just kind of eats his own, sticks back and eats his own rations.
didn't get to the stew in time.
No. He is not gonna even try, probably. Or he, like, tries once and then he's like, I'm actually gonna stick back here, because one of the rats just kind of grabs his face and shoves him back to go for it himself. And he's like, I'll meet you guys back here. You guys go and both get a bowl of...
I kind of just muscle away for room.
Yeah. You're kind of going in front.
Rue is just, like right behind you.
You're, like, holding onto his tail to, like, get in.
Ow.
Like, not like harshly, but...
Yeah, but I'm like, ow.
Ow. And you guys muscle your way through. And you take a scoop of this bowl, and it is beautiful fondue. Like,
Ooh.
it is fondue cheese. And so it's solid. It kind of solidifies in the bowl, but if you drink it fast enough, then it is still...
Gotta give him some credit. He knows what...
Her eyes sort of sparkle at this, and
yeah,
she
the
like
best food you guys have ever had.
she is like just drinking it quickly, and she's like
fondue once.
she's like
You had
Once.
fondue?
I think I had once. It was a special occasion.
A special occasion. Oh wow, how lovely. What was the occasion?
Starts
hyperventilating.
I was celebrating my mother's
but
birthday.
like at first she takes a small sip of it, but then she just goes like
Let's go with, I'm
Chugging
going
it.
with it. That isn't a lie. I'm just neglecting to inform the rest of the story.
Perfect. Being kind of...
this is amazing. This is brilliant.
Right? He's like, can I try some?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I kind of asked, he's like, can I try a taste?
Trade you for like your biscuit, part of your biscuit at least.
You share. He kind of gives you one of his crumbs, and he just tries a little bite. He's like, oh wow, that is delicious. It surprises me that they were able to get the ingredients for it in such like a small...
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable size, but yeah, it's surprisingly small. But I didn't expect to see it here.
Usually I would expect this in like a human household or something.
Yeah.
And he kind of licks his fingers. And you guys enjoy a long rest.
How do you get these? This is amazing.
Do you want to ask? You can ask the chef.
I'll ask the chef. How did you get the ingredients to this?
He kind of looks up. He's like, "Hey, what do you mean? Like, how do we get the ingredients, or how do I become such a good chef?"
Both, honestly.
I mean, we didn't need to question your abilities.
He's like, "Yeah, I didn't think so." Anyways, Larkspur gets the ingredients. I don't know where. I don't ask, and I get first pick. I prepare it.
Fair enough. Just you're eating good here.
Thank you. I know it.
She's like, okay.
He's like, sassy rat.
Might as well not mess with him.
So Clive is like,
Never mess with the chef.
ever. He's like, now keep the mind moving. A lack of line there is. All right, and You guys can heal for the rest of your HP, even though I'm sure everyone's already...
We're at full.
Yep.
The only one you need to look at is your poor,
Yeah, Clive is no longer...
injured bear.
He's no longer injured. But he's doing great.
Yeah.
The miracle of cheese fondue.
And you guys, since you guys are waiting the night, you also don't get a level of exhaustion, which is good.
Yeah, because we're actually sleeping.
Alright.
Okay, how much strength damage did he take? Because
He took, like, 4, or 3, but he was able to heal it.
I can see like rolled
Yeah, he rolled a 6, so he was able to heal
okay,
that.
cool. I'm just curious, long rest isn't quite a full heal for it, so...
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright. And now, you guys, it is morning. What do you guys choose to do? Like, head on out back to the village, or do you choose to...
What do you guys want to start with?
Let's look at our goals. So,
Oh, wait, where's the deep caverns? Do we know?
I think the deep
There
caverns
is a
sounds
place
like.
marked on your map.
Yeah, like I think it did say it marked it. I was just
It
not
is-
sure where.
So here's Oaks Grove. The wizard is marked
Yeah, the wizard
right
was.
here.
Yeah, the wizard was.
And
there.
right below the wizard is marked the caverns.
Okay, so the caverns are south. Of the
So we
wizard.
could go
feel
meet the
like-
wizard along the way.
I feel like the toadstool gems maybe not worth it right now.
Yeah,
Just like,
toadstool
yes,
gem
I think
sounds.
we need all the friends we can get.
So I guess probably. I don't know. If you guys want to get a head start on the wizard, I do kind of want to look into this bounty.
Yes, we can talk with the wizard, see what he's all up about, and all that fun stuff. And
I'm actually gonna ask around the rat town because seems like I don't think we actually got a whole lot of information on the bounty. Like, yeah, there's this bounty here.
I also want to try to see if I can find out where the people of Oaksroot were.
oh, okay, you want to ask about Mausritter. I'll have you both roll. Let's do.
I'm gonna ask it
you
covertly.
can choose to kind of how. Actually, we'll do a plain luck. So we will do a d6. And you want to get a DC of.
Wait, D6? Sir,
Yeah, a d6.
isn't that just usually low good, high bad?
Yeah, low good, how good. So you want to try to
We'll just roll
Well, that's a 5.
6.
a 6.
We don't have the luck today.
Yeah, like most of the rats, you guys are outsiders, and they are a lot less keen to spill anything. It seems.
Well,
And you kind of look around, and you don't see anything either.
all right. Okay, so we're
I'm
not.
gonna roll a luck for you.
So it
just
sounds like just
Uh-oh.
sounds like we're not getting anything on the
for
on the mice at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those get information on the mice. I could see being close kept, but I don't know. I feel like there's at least someone here that will happily tell us all about this asshole who just deserted their platoon.
Yes.
So like I'm trying to ask about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of doing a spin on it.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Probably start with the. They said he was like a sentry, right?
Mm-hmm.
They usually come in pairs of 2. Let's see if I can find out his partner.
Yeah, they're kind of parked out in the front. And these rats, they're kind of like messing around. Like one of them has a little piece of a sunflower seed he keeps breaking off and like throwing it into the other's mouth. Like they definitely are not doing their job. But he kind of looks over and they straighten up a little bit, but then they realize you're not part of it, so they're like, go back to it.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey, what do you need?
Howdy, fellas. You guys heard of Burdock Buckthorn?
Burdock.
I think
Burdock.
there's a bounty out for him. I'm working
Oh,
on.
that bounty. Haven't seen him in weeks, but
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point.
I was half expecting him to be a blue jay.
I don't know. Yeah, we haven't really heard from him. The guy used to help Larkspur with deliveries, but they had an argument, and then the guy flew out on his pigeon.
Of course.
Hadn't been seen since. But if you want, like, my advice, I'd go and ask down in the Boot Tavern.
Boot Tavern?
Cool.
Cool.
It's just south of
Yeah, 'cause
the...
I was gonna say that you had to have a partner, right? You guys usually come up in pairs of 2 at least.
Who knows? These little they were a messenger, and so mostly they were still
Okay, not quite. So it was kind of.
not quite. Yeah, didn't work with any one individual at least. They
Was he easy to get along with, or was he typically
Not with Larkspur, I'll tell you that. Hey, he like high fives the rat next to him. And he's like, anyways, you'll probably get more information about his whereabouts down in the Boot Tavern. It's just south of Oaks Grove. That villa, that one old.
I thought I was just imagining the Boots Tavern would have been part of the place, but
Nah, it wouldn't. It's not part of it. It's its own kind of thing. It's kind of for anyone passing through from the cliffs.
yeah. Well, thanks, fellas.
All right. Bye. One of his friends kind of like knocks him like, don't tell him bye. Like, we're supposed to be guards. He's like, shut up. They kind of push each other back and forth. You know, and you guys head out. You guys want to go down?
Alright, now we're heading south, I guess, no matter what.
Okay. Yeah, back across to Oaks Grove, kind of.
Yeah, I think we stopped by back at Oaks Grove.
Cool. Cool. You guys start heading down back to Oaks Grove.
Let's see.
And you know, it's still all shabby, abandoned, ripped through.
Alright, let's just do a recap on map stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So south of Oaks Grove is the Boot Tavern. Like southeast was the Wizard Place, and then south of that was the Caverns.
Yep.
Cool.
And I can send like little pieces of my map that you guys have unlocked.
I've got track.
Perfect. Even better.
I'm
I've
good.
got a whole thing. But I have all the information, so there's secret things you can't look at.
Don't worry, that's fine. Right,
Let me stare at your screen.
Well, I can map the old-fashioned way.
Perfect. All right. And
Do we want chips as well?
we've got troops.
Oh, yeah, chips.
Chips and chocolate.
Chips and chocolate.
Yeah, you can have it.
I'll offer you a chip instead.
Chicken, a single chip.
Yeah,
these
and do you guys want
times.
to pause to like
Sure.
map and stuff?
Oh, I mean, not really, but
Do you want me to pause it? Or?
No, we can
I
keep
can
going.
map one.
All right, we can
All right, we can keep going.
Where do you guys go from here? So you guys go down to
We're going to Oaks Grove for
Oaks
now.
Grove. All right, you guys head into Oaks Grove.
Pull the pin
You
out.
guys are heading into Oaks Grove, and you kind of walk into the town.
Go back over the drawbridge, pull the pin out.
Yep. All right, and then the drawbridge goes back up. You are lurking around, and you hear and see a shadow over you. What do you do?
Panic.
Panic.
Look up.
Look up. Okay.
I look up.
You guys don't. Okay, cool.
I
You guys kind of look up
will.
and you see a giant owl
Ah!
fly over you.
Okay, I try to hide.
Okay, you want to try and hide? Roll for d20. Roll for dexterity.
Good luck.
Oh well. That is an 8.
What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 4.
Okay. Do you try to hide? No.
Knuckle.
Knuckle. Okay.
Oh, sorry, ring.
You guys see this giant owl, and it flies, and it is scanning the horizon. It looks right at you three, and then flies, and it continues on. You see where it's going. It is heading southeast towards the wizard tower, where the wizard is supposed to be.
Rue's like,
You faint.
yeah.
Rue just.
We had a good run. We decided we were not going to the wizard instead. We were going to.
Rue's like,
She just
Clive is like,
she
Clive
just
is like
faints.
holding his chest. He's like, maybe I should have waited at the town.
She just faints.
He wants to go to Step Point.
Okay, so you're gonna head back?
Let's go to Step Point.
Yeah. I think my heart just stopped.
I love that Fink is unbothered.
I'm just. Well, I mean, I was just like, no.
You're like, I scared it off.
I'm like, try me.
Try me, bird. Try me, chicken. Do it, you won't. Playing chicken with an owl.
These two are just horrified.
They're like hiding behind you. They're like on your back.
That is the entire dynamic of this as has been established.
Perfect. All right, you guys choose to change directions to Oaks Grove, or where do you go?
We're at Oaks Grove, and
I
they
think we
seem to
need
want
to at
more-
least
you go-
see the
Oh,
wizard.
yeah, sorry, I meant
Yeah.
Stuff Point. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think we made a deal. We have to see the wizard, so
Not necessarily. We only need to complete one job to put her dead off for now.
You can also go back home and then drop your pips off if you want.
Meh. We don't have a whole lot.
I don't think we really need to worry
I mean,
about that.
I mean, if you guys want to head back to Stump's Point, I don't know.
It's up to you.
For
Yep.
anything, I'll head to.
I think we should check. I think we need to braven up and
Unless you guys still want to head to the Wizard Tower.
let's head to the wizard tower.
Continue on, march on.
Looks at Clive.
Clive is like, the only thing that worries me is that it's broad daylight. What is an owl doing out?
Yeah.
Actually, now you mention it, yeah, it is on.
He's like, oh, these are strange, strange times.
I don't like this valley anymore. Can we?
He's like, well, we've already settled.
Can we settle somewhere else?
We like this place.
Do we?
I thought we did.
It's fine. For now.
Yeah, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Clive is like gathering his courage, and continues walking.
Bruce's entire fur is just ruffled,
On edge. All right.
just all puffy, and just.
Towards the wizard's tower. Is there anything you guys do? Do you kind of just go cautiously, or?
I am cautious.
I mean, at this point,
Nudge.
there's reason to be on edge.
All right, you guys.
That was an owl.
You guys head southeast, and this is where kind of like it looks like it was the worst of what was an old wildfire before,
Yeah.
that you had heard about. And in the center, where there is like fallen trees and logs, and like the grass is still pretty craggly, and it's actually mostly dirt. Hardly any cover. There is a tree in the center that had been, it looks like what would have been a great oak has been almost split down the middle, and the different bark around it is still charred black from an old lightning strike. That is the wizard's tower.
So it's an old tree, basically.
Yep. An old dead tree that's been struck by lightning. Long, long ago.
Okay. Maybe the wizard can help us defeat that owl.
Clive is like, now you're thinking.
He's probably... you know what?
I'm just gonna not tell him my theory.
Clive is like, alright, on we go. He starts kind of cautiously walking in.
I feel like getting Secret of Nim vibes.
You guys start kind of like walking up. There seems to be
We
like
skitter.
a staircase.
Like around
at
the
end.
around the like burned tree.
Yeah. There's like a small entrance. There's like it's like a almost like stairs / ladder. It's very worn down. Hasn't been used in a long time. Yeah.
Let's like make sure it doesn't fall by like just poking it
Okay.
first.
Yeah. You check. It looks sturdy. Yep.
Sturdy enough. Okay.
Sturdy enough for you. Yeah. And if it's sturdy enough for you, it's sturdy enough for everyone else.
I should hope so.
Right. You start climbing up. Who goes first?
I'll go first, I
You
guess.
go first. All right. Fink
Apparently
goes
no one else
first.
will.
Rue
Yeah.
will go second because she feels safer in the
Alright.
middle.
All right. Clive is following behind you, guys, and marching his way up. You guys climb the stairs. It slowly spirals along just the inside of the bark. You can see that there are different runes scratched into the walls.
I'm like kind of looking
Can
at
you
these
read any of
runes,
this?
interested in them, like
Trying to read them.
kind of fascinated.
Give me
Yeah, I'm
a
asking.
roll
Yeah, I was
for
asking,
wisdom.
like, can you read any of this?
Yeah. try and see if you can read them.
D20?
Will. Yep.
Yeah, D20 will save.
That is a 4.
That's
Yes.
very nice.
Woo!
You're able to read. Some of these runes are for protection, but others are like there's a lot of unfamiliar ones. But you can definitely read out protection from evil, protection from bane. There's a lot of like magic protect, like a lot.
Protection from evil, or is it like protection from cats or something?
What's the difference?
That's what I was asking.
Protection from verbal.
But yeah, protection from evil, protection, and just a lot of
anti-magic stuff.
Anti-magic, yeah, very anti-magic, like.
Well, not
anti-magic,
magic,
but, like,
not anti-magic, but
yeah.
anti-evil.
No.
So, anti-curse and
Everyone,
like
no one,
trying
no
to
one come here.
yeah, and it's a lot. It's basically if there was like there's but yeah, they almost have like a smell to them. You notice, and you realize that these are not scratched in runes. These have been burned into the wood.
Ooh.
But yeah, you start walking up, and at the very top, you come to this entrance. And it is almost, it's like a big door, and there is a big door knocker on the top of it that looks very, it looks like it's in the shape of a W. Oh, quick question. So you can have...
I mean, I can take
Okay,
it over.
put it's in play now.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but...
It's fine.
Oh, I just meant like I'm gonna open it and it's gonna blow
Oh
up.
no. That's fine.
Ah, well. Whatever.
We'll find it in a bit.
I'll kind of skim around for it. I'll find it someday.
Uh-oh, it was all your other dice. Alright. But you come up to this wide door that has a W as a door knocker. You guys
nervously come up to the door.
I feel like this is hilarious. If we knew this was evil, I would be doing the violent knocking. Unfortunately, it's just normal today.
Just normal knock. All right. You guys.
W for wizard.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys knock on the door, and it echoes. Goosh, goosh, goosh. And as the door, you knock on it all politely, it slowly creaks open on its own.
She's like, she is shaking something fierce.
You may enter.
Alright, let's go over a quick recap of what specifically we need qualifies for the allegiance. Is this more of a needs to be actively participating with the Lurkspur Kingdom, or is this just like a mutual
I
agreement
think
to
we should tell them about what happened to. We should tell them about what happened to the folk at Oak's Root, though, too.
We'll do that. This was just a quick recap. What are we trying to accomplish here?
Well,
All right.
up to you guys.
Well, I just meant part of this was a little clarification on the
Clive's
Lurkspur,
like,
unless you didn't
Yes,
elaborate.
we wanted them to have an alliance with Lurkspur and his kingdom.
I just wasn't too sure what.
I'm
Should we
guessing that means services and...
Okay, probably to some degree.
Should we also
Okay.
tell them about what happened to
That, we'll figure that
in
out.
case
Oaks Grove, yes.
in case we decide to turn in case we ever turn on Orksburg, because I feel like that's a possibility.
Very much on the table.
That seems reasonable enough for now, but
Alright.
Yeah, but just like hear the wizard's point of view.
we'll talk to the wizard. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The part you're talking about, this stuff we can't really answer without actually talking to the wizard, I think.
Alright.
Yeah.
And the door's wide open.
Okay.
Walk in.
I
Yeah.
walk in.
Alright. Y'all walk in. And it is a very dark room. Like, the only light coming from is where you guys
Evil
went from.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Let's
Wizard
go.
Money Gang. We're not casting spells. And you guys walk in, and as you walk into the room, the door shuts behind you.
I squeak and then run into Merrick Clive.
What do you do?
I run into Merrick Clive.
Clive runs into you.
Squeak. We squeak
You
immediately.
guys start running in circles a little bit. I think you just hold your head. In the center of the room, a blue fire emerges.
50 pips.
Line in the center of the room, and then another blue fire lights on the edge, and then it lines the wall as torches are finally lit, and inside you see a very small tawny owl. It's small, but it's still an owl, and it is still twice as big as Fink.
I take it back. This is when I run into him.
Quick question: how tall am I in relation? Am I like double Rue size?
You are like you've got a good like penny on Rue.
Okay,
like,
it's a good penny. All right,
penny size over Rue.
Yeah, it's like I know.
And then Clive's like another penny, smaller.
Wow, Clive's smaller than.
Clive's a small field mouse.
I know he was small. I didn't realize he was that.
He's like a gerbil size.
I didn't realize we were going for the 5'11", 6-foot joke here.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, this tawny owl turns his neck and he's like, "Hey, who are you?"
Yeah, so cute.
And he turns his neck, very, very inquisitively, almost all the way over, looking at each and every mouse. He's like,
"Hi,
who are you?"
Oh, who? Do you want to start talking, or should I?
You're muttering. Are you gonna actually say your name? Or...
My name's Rue.
There you are. And who? And he turns his head 180 degrees and looks at Fink. Are you? Fink. And who? And then Clive's staring and faints before he can answer.
Expedition later monologue.
He's like,
Go.
My name's Clive. You're Clive. Yes, you're Clive. Don't hit me.
I'm just like.
And the tawny owl goes like, "Oh, so you are new mice here in the field." And he raises one of his talons. "Oh yes, I heard that new mice would appear here soon. I just wasn't thinking that it would be soon. And you see he reaches down.
He's adorable.
And puts on some nice speckles up on his face and on his beak. And then he gets closer to look at you guys.
Fan around you.
It is
the wizard you be?
I am the wizard. Here, maybe I should probably take a better form. I apologize." And he puffs out his chest, and you see the glow go from his chest up to his neck, and to his eyes and beak, and his form slowly shifts and crackles and changes, and he is left to be an old graying mouse with a wide beard and a cape of feathers. He's like, yes, this was probably less terrifying. I apologize for the theatrics before. I wasn't sure if you two had more unsavory company, if you would. I can't be too careful these days." And he kind of waddles over.
Do you have a lighter?
It doesn't. I mean, sort of.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It doesn't have any like fluid in it, so I can't like actually light it.
Fidget toy.
It's basically a fidget spinner right now.
Fair. But yes. He's like, "I am the Wizard of the Valley. It is nice to meet you."
Hi. Oh, it's wonderful to meet you. We've had quite a bit of. I think we should tell him from the start. I think we should start from the start.
Owl or mouse, truly.
Depends on the day. The Cub's like, "Oh, that was vague."
Gotcha.
Sometimes I may be an owl, sometimes I may be a mouse, sometimes a fish, sometimes something bigger.
Ooh.
He kind of laughs to himself. He's like, "But you didn't come for my own abilities, I don't think."
Probably not.
Maybe. What is it you both have come for?
See? Right, they're not speaking.
Well, we came here to you see, we were taxed by someone known as Larksburg, and we were told that we can avoid our taxes, but be paid in advance for them if we. I don't trust him entirely, but he said that if we get your recruit you for his cause.
I'm assuming you're not a fan of this fellow.
No, I am a single wizard with no attachments to any village or faction. Many have sought my services, but I only seek to further my studies and occasionally help in my own way, if you would believe.
I also saw Azalea.
Azalea, how is she doing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
How do you know her?
We freed her from being entrapped.
Oh, yes, I actually helped her as a young girl. She was quite an inquisitive one. She actually apprenticed under me for a short time, but felt her services could be of more use in a village rather than in a tower reading away.
She almost died.
This burnt
She was
place,
almost...
I'm guessing?
Huh?
Burnt place, I'm guessing?
I was like, yes, you like my decor.
It looks quite wonderful.
Thank you.
Unique.
Thank you. Both compliments. He takes.
Mine was,
Sure.
It's kind of like calling someone special.
Right? He doesn't seem too phased.
It's not.
The wizard's like-
I don't directly mean it as an insult. I just don't quite agree with it.
Yes. But you said she almost died, and the wizard, sort of looks and he just nods, and he's like, there's many dangers out there. It is not as easy to, survive as it once was. Actually, it's always been hard to survive for mouse folk like us. But, what was the means of which she almost died in?
There were rats that attacked her. That they locked her. They took all the able-bodied mice and they locked them away in a cellar.
Curious.
I don't trust Warksburg, but I don't know if it would be wise for us to get on his bad side either. He's offering us jobs, but at the same time...
Hey, on a side note, should we just call you the Wizard, or do you have a proper name you
I
prefer to
do
use?
like the Wizard. My official title is the Wizard of the of the Burnt Tower, but that is sometimes a mouthful, so I prefer just the Wizard.
Just the Wizard.
I once had many names, but the Wizard suffices.
Once had? No longer in use? No longer in use? Then many names?
Yes, I once...
Fell at a favor?
Yes, there was once a fire that overtook this
Yeah,
valley.
so I've heard.
Yes, I helped out with evacuating some individuals a long time ago, but that was the past. Now my services are more seen as small remedies and some clairvoyance. I limit myself to be isolated because sometimes my services could be seen taken advantage of. And with the world the way it is, I have a hard time finding the good eggs, as it were.
I don't know where I am myself.
It's hard when, everyone wants to protect the ones they love and themselves, but that greed can sometimes take hold and overshadow what's best for the many.
I hope I'm doing what's right. I just...
It sounds like you are dealing with a lot. All of you are. Let's see if we can shed some light. And he kind of pulls his glasses up and kind of waddles to what looks like a little divot in the stump.
So he's got like a
little
pool?
It's like a little pool. Yep, it's a little pond. And he kind of takes he goes like, "Oh yes, come here." He ushers you both all to kind of come towards.
Yeah, we kind of go towards it. All right.
He reaches out like this, and he plucks a hair from all three of you. And he grinds it up, puts it in there, takes a few jars, starts to rummage around, put like little bits and bobs in there, and he's like, "All right, now, if only I had something of Azalea's.
I have
Actually, you get
earrings.
something, so you get
Oh!
something, right?
May I take that?
Sure.
He holds the earring, and he slowly lowers it in, and inside he leaves it in, and inside the earring itself, he picks it up, and you see a little vision, almost like a bubble,
This is
take
cool.
form of in the earring, and in that bubble you can see lots of mice being marched from. It's all actually.
A lot of mice marching. Cool.
And it is north. You see, it is just north of your own settlement, like quite a ways north, like not just like right next door.
Severe north.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But they are being marched, and it looks like they're going up to a house, like a human house. And in the window you can see glowing yellow eyes and a large silhouette of something very fluffy.
Gotcha.
Looking at the different mice marching up. And they're not being marched freely. They're being marched against their will
we got that.
with rats. And yeah, that is what you see. And
Do we have any idea of where they're marching from or to?
you see that they are marching towards the house.
Right, yeah, the house, right.
And you see the bubble pops, and the vision is gone, glowing ends. And he's like, well, that's where those mice seem to have led. And you see that there's a faint glow left on the earring. He's like, Azalea gave this to you for a reason, I'm sure, so I will hand this back to you.
I take it. Nod.
And
I'm
that
like,
offers, now you have
Azalea's.
Azalea's ring. You have that constant, you can either, it doesn't take a slot since it sits on
It's
your earring.
tiny, but
It offers a very faint glow. So if you're doing little tasks in the dark, it doesn't hinder you.
ooh, nice.
It's not as like you can't fight with it because it's
like
so small.
it's
But
like a very small, like torchlight, I guess.
yep, very small torchlight that doesn't take a slot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
you.
that.
Yeah, that's you. You gotta like note that
Woo!
somewhere.
Yep. But that's what you get. You get Azalea's ring.
Where do I write that?
You can
I don't know,
put it
just
on your
wherever.
armor, or you can put it
Just like write it.
just right
Anywhere, really.
anywhere where you find, or even by your character, like in your character.
Stuff. Yeah.
It's
Wherever.
I'll just write it right there.
Wherever
Azalea's
convenient
ring.
for you.
Okay. Yep. Wherever is convenient. He's like, yes, but I hope that helps a little bit with what you are looking for.
So, rats, they're trying to set up a war against the humans by the looks of it.
Hard to say,
But
really.
it's like, or they're sending them to that whatever was
The
that
only
silhouette
fact,
was.
the only fact is the beast is marching. Did you say there were rats in there?
The rats were marching them.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing is the beast and the rats are marching the mice to that, so the human settlement. For what purpose, we can't exactly.
It doesn't sound.
Sure.
It sounds like they're doing it against their will, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He's like,
rallying them.
nothing good.
I mean, nothing good comes of it, but
Mm.
can't exactly.
I don't think we should do a direct assault on Norksburg, but I think
Not sure as much.
we should play it by ear.
He's like,
I think that might be the best idea, and investigate if we play our cards close to his chest and then find out what he has, and
Clive kind of nods along with that. He's like, I agree. I don't want to upset Larkspur while our settlement is so small and our forces so little, but and these different tasks do sound like a good way to at least keep him off our backs for a while.
we need to bide for time. We need to bide our time.
Yes.
Hey, wizard. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm assuming you'll agree with me that the obvious answer may not be the correct one.
He kind of points at you like, this guy gets it.
Because let's see. Right now, we're jumping to the conclusion that Lurkspur and his rats are marching the mice to this human settlement for war, or whatever purpose exact purpose you're going for. This may not be the case. It's what it most certainly looks like, but we don't know for sure.
So you think we should investigate more?
We don't have all the pieces of the puzzle.
And he's like, very true, very true.
You are speaking
All
true.
right. He's like, is there anything else I can help you with? I have some crumpets and some tea.
She like whitens up a little bit at that.
Wouldn't say no.
He's like, okay. He kind of walks over. You see that it is sunflower tea.
Oh,
So it's got like one giant sunflower petal in crammed, like torn up and crammed into a giant teapot. And he there's like a little crack in the handle that he lifts up a little bit and then takes out a drop to.
This is so cool, by the
Yeah,
way.
that way. Thank you. And he fills it with looks like it used to be a cap of an acorn, but is now a cup.
I take one.
Yeah, he offers you guys tea.
Alright.
So
You guys can add a +1 to for temporary HP.
Oh, temp HP?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll just say
With
my
XP, it's
HP
very
is
hardy.
5 temporarily.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
Anything I know here since. Let's see. So there's the.
So we need to investigate more, but first of all, we need to do his task to make sure. I think it's safe to assume that you're not going to be allying with Larkspur.
Oh no. But
Okay,
There are other tasks, so
You
we can.
Let's be clear.
you can tell him that
Let's assume. From what I understand, you're willing to do services for pretty much anyone, so
long as I get to do them on my terms.
yeah.
But if this will help you guys with your task, you can tell him that I agreed. I personally
think it
will
might
not be.
I think it might be
Tacking
best not
any-
to give him the full lie to it, but I think we can at least sort of.
He's like, it would be on me if I were to go back on my deal.
Yeah.
That is true.
I am not afraid of this Larkspur.
It's
and
more
you-
of a. I think it's just more of a. I'm still on the. Let's try to work with him for now, since he hasn't actually been a problem as like directly.
Clive kind of holds up the paper. He's like, could you sign here then, just to say that you're gonna work with Larkspur? And the wizard's like, oh yes, sure. Here, I'll do.
We'll do it until he
Just
decides
to get you
against
some
it.
extra pips, at least.
Yeah. Buy some
Thank
time,
you.
nothing else.
You see, he takes a little stamp, and a little piece of from the bark. He takes a little bit of sap. It almost looks like amber, and he kind of drops it on the paper and then stamps it instead of wax.
You put so much thought into this.
Thank you, appreciate it. And then he hands you that, and you have the wizard's seal.
Wizard seal.
The wizard's seal, and Clive is holding it, by the way. So
Yeah.
you guys
no.
don't have to worry about like this in an inventory.
I think to some degree most of this stuff isn't really inventory limiting, so it's really small.
Yeah, it's folded up. Yeah, since you can kind of cram them into your Pip's pocket. But yes, and I think that is a good
You
place
think
to.
you're good for now? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah,
good,
good
great
place
place
to
to end off.
All right.
Honestly,
It's one of those we have a fair bit we could keep going for, but if you're good.
All right.
I'll see you all next time.
That was weird.
Yeah.
All
See
right,
you.
cool.